for a limited time, $1 gets you full access to all the automotive industry news and content CBTnews.com has to offer. CBT News. Subscribe today.
Welcome back to the latest episode of The Future of Automotive on CBT News, where we put recent automotive and mobility news into the context of the broader thematic areas impacting the industry. I'm Steve Greenfield from Automotive Ventures, and I'm glad that you can join us. This week, we have a special guest joining us here on the show. Just last week, Automotive Ventures portfolio company Privacy4Cars introduced a new tool called the Vehicle Privacy Report. As a result, consumers can, for the first time, quickly see key privacy facts about a vehicle, including personal information the manufacturer collects, shares, and sells with the simple entry of a vehicle's VIN number. The new Privacy4Cars Vehicle Privacy Report is available now at vehicleprivacyreport.com, and the company has received overwhelming interest in the new product. So, with that news, let's welcome Privacy4Cars founder and CEO, Andrea Amico, to the show to discuss with us. Andrea, it's great to see you, and congratulations on this new announcement.
Thank you, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here.
So let's start with the basics. First, what does Privacy4Cars do?
Yes, Privacy4Cars is the first and still the only privacy tech company focused on vehicle data. And so that means to us creating protections for consumers, but also creating compliance solution for businesses. And most importantly, we try to turn privacy from something the lawyers do into a source of value and differentiation for dealerships, auto finance companies, fleets, etc.
Very cool. So what was the original spark that gave you the idea to build this business?
Oh, about a decade ago, I was running a large used car inspection business. And during an audit, I started to look through what was left in cars for sale. And it just hit me. Are people really leaving the home address and garage door codes all the time in their cars? And over time, I discovered that cars collect a lot more than that. And then I started to realize that how easy it was to hack into cars and extract data. I taught my 8-year-old daughter to take text messages out of mom's car, which I think is great parenting, but clearly was not great security. And so, I started to talk to companies. I was involved with a lot of associations, and it clearly emerged that there was a rising concern over personal information in vehicles, and there was nobody in the space. And so that's how Privacy4Cars idea was born.
Very cool, very cool. Well, let's get on to this new product, the Vehicle Privacy Report. So why did you create this specific product?
Well, two reasons. One is first of all, we do a lot of studies, and we realize that many consumers are in an absolute fog today. They have no idea of the data collection capabilities of vehicles, where this data is going. And I think your audience will hear this every day, right? Consumers have increasing and legitimate concerns about their privacy. The other type of studies we did was at dealerships. And we realized that less than 1 in 20 dealership associates can correctly explain very basic facts about vehicle data privacy. And literally none of them in our test, not a single one, was able to compare two vehicles that consumers had just test driven. And so this creates massive problem. I mean, if you are a general manager or a dealer principal, you're listening to this, you need to realize that 95% of the times your personnel is disclosing things to consumers that are not accurate. And I don't think it's their fault. I think the reason is because the documents where this stuff is explained are very long. They take an average of 2.5 hours to read, and they're very complex. They're legalese, right? But the result is that you're at constant risk of being sued, and you're constant risk of losing your reputation. In fact, we have hundreds of consumers that are reaching out to us through Vehicle Privacy Report and telling us, hey, can you please advocate with my dealership? We want more transparency.
Very cool. So it sounds like you've been pretty busy this last week. What kind of response have you seen to the new Vehicle Privacy Report?
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. We had great response from the media, first of all. We've been on all sorts of publications. We keep seeing growing interest from high-profile publications. But the traffic on the website is just well beyond our expectations. We literally have tens of thousands of consumers that have come. They've looked up for their vehicle. They reach out to us, again, telling us, please reach out to my dealership, or just, how do I protect my data? I think we have really touched on a unexposed nerve that kind of I knew in my heart was always there. We knew that consumers really cared about privacy. But I think, again, it's a great opportunity for dealerships because the way vehicle privacy report works is that, yes, for consumers, it's a free tool. But for dealerships, there's a way to take this information and run it through a little script that is fully automatic. It populates relevant disclosures and information on the BDPs of the website. This builds trust. This builds engagement with consumers. And now we're building an entire lead generation engine so that we take consumers that are disappointed with the current experience of knowing what facts, what privacy issues emerge in their cars, and direct them towards the dealerships that are trying to do the right thing and be transparent with them.
Oh, so for dealers that want to sort of engage with this new report, what's the best path for them to engage with this new report?
Yeah, so we have a very simple script that runs on the website. It's very similar to what vehicle history companies or companies that rate cars or price cars. The script reads the VINs on your inventory and automatically badges all those vehicles with the correct disclosures and links. And so it's fully automatic. Once you set it, there's zero work to be done, and your personnel can now point consumers to those disclosures, never get it wrong anymore, as opposed to get it wrong 95% of the times. And again, position yourself as a privacy care dealership, which is how we call those dealerships, which appear higher in the ranking when consumers go and look for dealerships in their area.
That's great. And what's the feedback been from dealers so far on this new report?
So we just started, but we have seen a lot of hand raising from dealerships that never, engaged with us before with our traditional solution, which is the solution that we have for deleting data from cars. Mm-hmm. We see a lot of people interested in making those disclosures. And actually, there's already a number of dealerships already installed the plugin. So it's cool, right? You can go and click on the inventory and you see all those labels, and they're badges themselves as Privacy Star dealership, because the ones that we have today commit also to deleting data from cars. It's a really cool experience, and the feedback so far has been amazing.
Well, we'll have a lot of dealers tuning into this segment, so what's the best way for them to understand a bit more and get in contact with you?
Yeah, they can go to vehicleprivacyreport.com. At the bottom of it, there's a simple sign up for 30-day free trial. It's super easy. They can see what the experience for consumers is. The experience, once it's in the dealership, is slightly different, right? Because that experience is geared toward presenting the dealership in the best light possible. And again, all of that is on the website, or I'm also very easy to cyberstalk on LinkedIn, which is my drug of choice.
Very cool, very cool. So what else is on the product roadmap? How is the company evolving otherwise?
Yeah, so we have two products, right? One is this vehicle privacy report that we just launched 2 weeks ago. Our core product, AutoClear, which is the simplest and most efficient way to manage and delete data from cars, has been around now for 3 years. We have received multiple patents. And so we're going to keep expanding in two ways. One is we're going to expand internationally. We already have entered Canada aggressively. We're in the process of entering Europe. And also we're going to keep adding verticals. So the idea is, again, to turn privacy from something that is in the back rooms of the lawyers into something that's in the front of your store, something you can use to build trust and reputation with consumers, and something to, frankly, build your profit line. So watch out for new announcements coming soon in the next few days and months.
Very, very cool. Well, Andrea, I know you're a busy guy, especially this last week, so thanks for making time for us today. Congratulations to you and the entire Privacy4Cars team on the successful launch of the new Vehicle Privacy Report product.
Thank you so much, Steve. It's a pleasure.
So with that, let's transition to our companies to watch. Every week, we highlight interesting companies in the automotive technology space to keep an eye on. If you read my monthly industry intel report, which you can subscribe to for free, I showcase a few companies each month, and we take the opportunity here on this segment to share some of those companies each week with you. Today, we have two companies to watch, EV Energy and Checks.ai. Our first company to watch this week is EV Energy. EV Energy recognized that owning an electric vehicle presents a unique set of pain points. So they set out to change that by developing a smart, cloud-based platform that automatically optimizes EV charging for a greener, cheaper, and simpler charge. The EV.Energy app works with the best electric vehicle and EV charger manufacturers, no need for extra hardware. The reason that I love EV Energy is that the company allows consumers to automatically charge their vehicles with the cheapest and cleanest electricity available in their area. As a result, consumers save money on their energy bills, they can track their charging costs, and claim cash rewards for smart charging. You can check out EV Energy at www.ev.energy. Our second company to watch this week is Checks.ai. That's checks with an X. Checks.ai offers a safety inspection, compliance, and maintenance platform for the mobility industry. Checks.ai is an all-in-one solution customized for vehicle inspections. Their technology removes the need for scheduled appointments and expensive reviews. Inspections are completed same day by a push of a button. The reason that I love Checks.ai is that they help your business optimize your asset inspection process. Their interactive dashboard allows you to review data in real time and provide feedback to your customers instantaneously. You can check out Checks.ai at www.checks.ai with an X. So that's it for this week's Future of Automotive segment. If you're an auto tech entrepreneur working on a solution that helps car dealerships, we want to hear from you. We are actively investing out of our new dealer fund. If you're interested in joining our investment club to make direct investments into auto tech and mobility startups with small checks, please join the club. There's no obligation to start seeing our deal flow, and we continue to have attractive investment deals available to our members. And don't forget to check out my book, The Future of Automotive Retail, which is now available on Amazon.com. Thank you for tuning in to CBT News for this week's Future of Automotive segment, and we'll see you next week.
Delivering the news dealers count on for 10 years. Subscribe today and join thousands of other automotive professionals. CBT News, 10 years strong.